This is indeed a disturbing universe.
Hello, greetings, and welcome. Welcome to the Stereo 999 YouTube channel. I'm your host, the artist formerly known as Stereo Steve, and I've been lagging. I've been lagging in my video making. I've been lagging behind. And how far behind? How far behind? So far behind that it's like July and I still haven't talked about the stuff that I got on Record Store Day back in April. So that's what I'm going to do for this portion of this video. Talk about my 2026 Record Store Day acquisitions. All right, well, I just got a little stack here, so I'm just going to go down. This is 13th floor elevators. You know, I'm always a sucker for 13th floor elevators, Rocky Erickson. And this is called We Are Not Live. And what this is this album was originally a fake live album with fake applause and fake audience noise added to studio recordings. And what this is the same songs minus the added noise. So you can just hear the songs in all their glory. So it's like the improved version of this album. What is interesting about this copy is that it has the wrong hype sticker on it. It says 1973 classic fully teapot powered. So it's actually the hype sticker for the reissue of Gong Flying Teapot that they put on the 13th Floor Elevators record by mistake. That's kind of interesting. All right. This is the Steven Wilson remix of Motorhead's On Parole on this kind of silvery colored vinyl here. Let's see. Yeah. And this is a very early Motorhead album. Parts of it kind of still sound like Hawkwind. It doesn't really have the heaviness of later Motorhead, but it's still Lemmy, it's still Motorhead, and it was a very raw early recording that Steven Wilson cleaned up. So this is an interesting part of Motorhead history. Okay, this next one, I didn't realize that it was 10 years ago because time flies by so fast. But I was in a record store and I heard a hip hop album that I thought this is some of the best rap that I've heard since the 90s, and it's Elzhi from Detroit, album Lead Poison. And I was kind of like, I should have bought it. They had the vinyl. I was kind of low on funds, and I listened to it online a lot. And then time just flew by, and then this 10-year anniversary special edition. The originals had a white cover, and this is like a black cover. And this reissue is also on some trippy looking vinyl. But yeah, no, there's some really creative stuff going on with the production and with the rhymes, with the stories that are told. A couple of tracks that are noteworthy. The song Hello, where he is trapped in the speaker in the song. That's got some really good imagery. And then there's a track called She Sucks, which is about being turned into a vampire. But yeah, Elzhi, Lead Poison. Great album. I'm really glad I picked this up. All right, now for something completely different. This is Tommy Keene. Tommy Keene was like a power pop guy. He made a 5-song EP called Places That Are Gone, which is like one of my favorite indie rock records of the jangle variety from the 80s. And I always hesitated to buy his full-length album because I thought, the production was a little too slick. But turns out that there was a rejected early version of the album produced by T-Bone Burnett and Don Dixon. And this is the original intended version of the Tommy Keene songs from the film album. All right. And I got 5 things. I got 5 things on Record Store Day. So this was a grail that I was going nuts trying to find. This band called Modern Eon. And they were early 80s English, kind of goth, but with some like kind of catchy rock choruses to their songs. Back in high school, a friend of mine had their single Child's Play, put it on a cassette tape. That was like one of my favorite cassette mixtapes back then. And I'd seen this album back in the 80s. I'd seen this album and never picked it up. And then it became more and more rare and rare and rare. And I kept hoping I would find a beat to shit original copy for a reasonable price, but that never happened. But now I have this reissue on this nice clear vinyl. And yeah, if you like that 1981 post-punk kind of pre-MTV dark 80s music, highly recommend this album. All right. I also have kind of a little bit of a footnote of a couple of things that I got on the Discogs recently. And these are Record Store Day records from 2020. And nobody, including myself, left their house in 2020 for certain reason. But if I were to leave my house for 2020 Record Store Day, I would have bought Dr. John Remedies on this sick orange spotted vinyl, because I used to have the CD and sold it back in the 90s, and it turns out the CD was actually kind of rare, and this record is actually kind of tough to find, and I wanted it back. But Remedies, it has the song Luke Garu, and it's got Angola Anthem, which takes up the entire second side. And it's like, if you like Gree and the early voodoo Dr. John, this is another goodie. And another 2020 Record Store Day thing. Zappa, You Can't Do That on Stage Anymore sampler. And there were a whole series of these CDs which I never picked up, which were this kind of montage of Frank Zappa live recordings from various different shows, not in chronological order. But this is a 2-record kind of best of that series, I guess. One is red and one is yellow, but it's got the live version of Plastic People where they do it to the tune of Louie Louie. It's got The Torture Never Stops, Nanook Rubs It, King Kong, Cosmic Debris, but just a fun compilation of live Frank Zappa. All right.
you imagine listening to your favorite LPs and hearing absolutely no noise or distortion in the background? Compact disc players let you do just that.
Time for Compact Disc Corner. Compact Disc Corner. Compact Disc Corner, yeah. Well, praise Bob. We are here with another Compact Disc Corner. That's the part of the show where I talk about the compact discs in the corner. Okay, well, let's just get right into it. So recently I saw the band Rain Parade perform. It's not all the original members, but they still rock and they're still totally worth seeing. Rain Parade, psychedelic Paisley Underground from the early 80s. And they were selling this box set at their show that I could not resist because it's just was such a great package of a lot of the music I was listening to back then and still now. It's called This Can't Be Today, American Psychedelia and Paisley Underground, 1977 to 1988. And 3-disc set, great collection of songs. I was very impressed by the juxtaposition of big name bands like REM and Husker Du, along with lesser known stuff like Dump Truck and R. Stevie Moore. But yeah, this has really got a little bit of everything and like early tracks too. It's got Flaming Lips, Camper Van Beethoven. It's just, if you were into indie rock in the early 80s and you dug deep for your music, this is a lot of what you would be listening to. That's the early Meat Puppets. But yeah, This Can't Be Today, 3 CD box set. All right, let's see what's next. Okay, this is another kind of psychedelic pastiche. This is one of those things that came through the radio station, and I knew that the gatekeeping hipsters would not give this a chance, but I gave this a chance. And it's Greetings from Planet Love by the Fraternal Order of the All. And the Fraternal Order of the All is from 1997. The Fraternal Order of the All was one Andrew Gold. Andrew Gold, who you might know, he had a couple of hit songs in the late 70s, one of which became the theme song for a TV show. His first hit song was called Oh What a Lonely Boy, and then his second hit song, Thank You for Being a Friend. And he made this album in 97 with a little help from Graham Goldman from 10cc. And it's pretty much a psychedelic pastiche. I would say it's closer to the Ruddles than the Dukes of Stratosphere, just because the songs that sound like the Beach Boys or the Byrds or the Beatles are just so obvious. But this is a fun record to listen to. And again, it fits in with that kind of Paisley Underground retro 60s. And yeah, it turns up in the bargain bins. Okay, this one I got pretty cheap. It's Nick Drake, Made to Love Magic. I mean, I was looking for Time of No Reply, but this is even deeper lost Nick Drake recordings. But there's like a version of Time of No Reply with overdubs that aren't in the regular version. There's lots of kind of demo recordings, but any Nick Drake, you know, he lived a very short, sad life where he made 3 albums full of beautiful songs that nobody listened to until decades after he left this world and they put his songs in commercials. But anyway, Nick Drake, one of the great singer-songwriters of the early 70s. All right. And this next one, this goes back to the whole record store day thing. I saw this on vinyl. It's Pink Floyd, live from Los Angeles Sports Arena, 1975. And I looked at it and I was like, you know, I love Pink Floyd very, very much, but I'm not going to pay $90 for this when it was originally a bootleg. Again, Mr. Steven Wilson cleaning it up a little bit. But I was looking online and all around was just super inflated prices. And I'm like, I'd probably be happier with this on CD. And I literally ordered this from England with the high shipping charge. And it was still cheaper than every greedy American seller who was putting super inflated prices on this. And thank God I did not pay $90 for this, because it is bootleg quality. It is a great performance. It is Pink Floyd, but I would have been pissed if I paid $90 for this bootleg quality recording. Basically, it's an audience tape. But Raving and Drooling, which is the original version of Sheep, and You Gotta Be Crazy, which is the original version of Dogs before the Animals album. And on the second disc, not only do they do the entire Dark Side of the Moon, but also Echoes. All right. This I had on vinyl, but I thought it'd be more useful on CD. This is part of the Environment series. The music of the future isn't music. Dawn and Dusk at New Hope, Pennsylvania. And so it's basically the Dawn at New Hope, Pennsylvania, which is mostly chirping birds, and Dusk at New Hope, Pennsylvania, which is crickets. I should be playing this while I'm talking here to get the environmental mood going here. Let's see. Okay, now we're in the wilderness. All right, let's see. What's the next CD in the stack? This is Herbie Hancock Quartet. 2 records set on 1 compact disc. Your best value. And this is from, what year? Like 82? Is that what it says here? Hard to read. But Herbie Hancock doing the classic jazz quartet thing with Wynton Marsalis on trumpet, Ron Carter on bass, Tony Williams on drums, running through some jazz classics, including Monks, Round Midnight, and Well You Needn't, Eye of the Hurricane. This is good stuff. And you know, Wynton would kind of criticize Herbie as like playing funk and calling it jazz, but this is some solid straight ahead jazz. All right, let's see what else we got here. Bowery Electric. Yeah, this is some great fuzzed out shoegazy kind of stuff on the Cranky label. I believe this is their first album. And 3-piece band from 1995, which is a good year for this kind of trippy stuff. But yeah, if you like that fuzzed out stony, shoegazy kind of stuff. Bowery Electric. All right. Gong, live on TV, 1990. There was with David Allen, Gong, and pretty classic lineup with Pip Pile on drums, Blue Dito, Jilly Smythe, and Twink from the Pretty Things, and Steffi Sharp Strings. But anyway, so Gong did a TV appearance in 1990, and this CD is the audio from that. And I've seen like on a VCR tape, they look pretty trippy for this performance with the costumes and stuff. And it's got the classic Gong tunes, You Can't Kill Me, I've Been Stoned Before, Pothead Pixies. And this, I'm going to get into a little more detail in the future, but I was gifted like an entire collection of CDs from somebody who helped somebody move, and I picked out the ones I liked, and I'm going to trade in the rest of them, but this is one of the ones that I decided to keep. It's called Old Time DJ Come Back Again, and this is the Jamaican reggae toaster DJs such as Dillinger, Tapazuki, Iroy, and Prince Jazzbo. And this is some old school wait a minute, that's not on the environment record. What is that? Oh, that's you. All right, whatever. All right. Kat says he's tired of me doing this, so I gotta stop.